Hi, everybody, and welcome. Today is December the 13th, 2024. It's also our last week of the 12 weeks of Christmas. Today, I have a fun card for you. We're going to make a paper folded Christmas tree card. Easy to do, so I hope you'll enjoy it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you'll like what you see and hit that subscribe button. And if you're with me during the video or you come back and watch it later on, thank you so much for taking time out of your day and spending some time with me. Today I am not live with you. This is pre-recorded, and so I'm going to flip this camera down because I'm anxious to show you this card. Okay, let me show you the card we're going to make. This is a paper folded Christmas tree card. I love this little tree, and it's so easy to do, and it really kind of makes an impact when you see it. So we're gonna let's get started with this. So I'm gonna start off with a piece of thick white, basic white cardstock. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So we're just going to go ahead and fold this and burnish it with our bone folder. And we're going to set this off to the side. Okay, now to make our Christmas tree, I'm going to show you what I'm using as we do it. I cut out a circle using the deckled circle dies. And the die that I used was the second largest of these to cut this out. I just found that made a nice size Christmas tree. Now, if you have any other circles, go ahead and use those. But I do want to show you how we're going to proceed with this. So we need to cut this circle in half because one circle will make 2 cards. So I'm going to go ahead and fold my circle and crease it. Okay, next I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and we're going to cut right along the fold line. Now, it's easier for me to see the fold on the darker side, and I'm just going to line that fold up right inside the track of my cutting blade. So let's go ahead and do that. And you now have 2 half circles that are the same size, if I can get them together here to show you, to make 2 Christmas folded Christmas tree cards. All right. So let's go ahead, and it doesn't matter what side of the paper you start out on, but you want the straight line of the circle to your left. And you're going to take this, and I'm going to take a pencil, and I want to place a 2-inch mark here. So let me grab my ruler, and I'm just going to measure this right here and just put a 2-inch tick mark right there. You're never going to see it because of the fold. And now I want to fold this corner up to that tick mark, and I'm going to match up my 2 edges. Okay. Next, I want to take this fold that I just did, and I want to bring the straight edge over to the fold line. And I'm going to match that straight edge up right along the fold line. And now I'm going to take my bone folder and burnish it. Okay, so let me show you that again. You're going to take a 2-inch mark on this circle, and this circle was a 5 1/2-inch circle in diameter. So fold the corner along the straight edge, match them up, take what you just folded and fold it back on itself to the fold line. Now we're going to flip this over, and our folded part is up at the top. So our fold is up here. We're going to take this edge now and match the straight edge that's left to that fold line. Match it up and give it a good press and burnish it. And when you turn it over, you have your Christmas tree. Okay, so there's our tree. Super simple and easy to make. All right, let me show you one other time with this fold. Okay, now this time I'm going to flip it over, and you're going to see we're going to have a whole different look to this tree. So I'm going to do another 2-inch mark, and I'm just going to use my right here to mark 2 inches. Okay, so we're gonna, here's my little tick mark. I'm gonna fold right up to that tick mark and fold it right along the edge here. Match up my 2 edges. We're gonna fold this back on itself so that straight line meets our fold. I'm gonna flip this over, put my fold up at the top, take this corner and bring it back and match it up on that fold line. Let me make sure I'm matching it up here. There we go. Give it a good press, and then just gonna burnish it. And you have 2 Christmas trees for 2 cards. Okay, all right, let's keep going. So let's put them together for our card. So with this, I chose to use a layer, but I chose to use another piece of the Designer Series paper. This paper, by the way, is from Take a Bow. I just thought that the patterns on both pieces really matched up and looked nice with each other. So we're going to use that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this with my Tombow glue or my green glue, depending on what you want to call it. And we're going to lay this down. I hope you have some fun plans for the weekend. I'm sure a lot of you are getting busy for your holidays. And that you'll take some time for yourself to relax. Now, I wanted to add another layer to this, and the layer I chose to add, I used my postage stamp dies, and I used the largest of the postage stamps, and I die cut that out. So, or the second largest of the postage stamps, I'm sorry. I used the second largest one. And then I embossed it with the Snowflake 3D embossing folder, or Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. I thought it just added a lot, but we need to add our tree to this. So I want to show you what I did. I want my tree to have some dimension, and these do have a lot of dimension, but I don't want it to stick up like that. So I'm going to show you a couple tricks to do that. So I'm going to take some mini Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm simply going to add a Stampin' Dimensional under each fold. So let's add one here and fold it back over on itself. And we're going to do it again for here. And I kind of go towards, here I'm going to add 2. One towards the inside, and then I'm going to add a second one right here towards the outside on the underside of my fold, and add that right there. And then we're going to do the same thing on that last fold. I want this to just look just very nice and kind of like it's a cascading look. So there's our tree. Now I'm going to do this quickly with the other one too, so that we have 2 done. Now, I did want to add a little tree trunk to this tree. So I took a piece of, what did I use? Pecan pie. Let's add this here. And I cut a 5/8 inch wide by about an inch long piece of pecan pie for my trunk. And this is what I'm going to use. All I'm going to do is find where I want to place it, and it can be even shorter than that, but I want it to be kind of centered. So I'm just going to take a piece of, a little bit of my Stampin' Seal Plus and add a little piece here. And then make sure that when I place it, it's the way I like it. And now we're going to pop this up with dimensionals onto our embossed layer. So an easy card to do, but so much fun. And it really looks nice when you get all done. You do use, if you're using the deckled circles, you end up using almost one full sheet of 6x6 designer series paper. With just a little bit left over for an edge somewhere if you would like that. Okay, so let's pop this on here and we're ready to put this on our card. Hopefully you've received your new mini catalog by now. If not, I know they're in the mail. My customers, I'm hoping you've gotten yours already. I did put for them to be mailed out right around the 1st of December. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like a catalog, I would love to send you one and have the opportunity to help you with your crafting needs and earn your business. Okay, I forgot to put a dimensional there, so let's put one there. Again, I'm going to put one on each edge. One on the outside edge and one on the inside by the fold. Okay, now we're ready to put this on. Now, you could pop this on with dimensionals. It would raise it up a little bit. I decided to glue mine down because I have quite a bit of dimension right here. And since it's likely a card I'll be mailing, I didn't want it to be too thick to send out. Now, I'm not adding a greeting to this card. I just thought the Christmas tree kind of spoke to itself. Okay. And let's do our inside. Now, for the inside, I actually did another piece of the designer series paper for my first layer. You could certainly use cardstock if you wanted to, or you can just add your sentiment right to the inside of the card base. But I really like to layer. I think it adds a little something. And I did cut out another die, postage stamp shape with the dies. And I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and stamp our sentiment there. So I am using a sentiment from, I believe it's Peaceful Season. I am. And I'm using one that says, friends and family are the true gift of Christmas. So we're going to go ahead and stamp that first. Now you could stamp this in a color. I'm going to move this off here. Or you can stamp it. I'm choosing to stamp it with my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I did stamp the other one in the garden green, and it didn't come out. I probably need to re-ink that. It didn't come out quite as crisp or as dark, I guess is the better word, as I would like it to. So here is our sentiment. And I'm just going to go ahead and add that to the inside of our card. Now I'll show you something that I did on the other card that I showed you first. on the inside. Now, I'm not going to add anything else in on this one because I think the paper does it for you and does it easily. But I do want to dress up the outside. So I chose some of the blooming, I believe it's blooming pearls in gold. I want to use the gold ones. And let's add a few to our card. So I'm going to take a big one here. Oops. And I'm going to add one right here with that snowflake. I'm going to take another one, but I'm going to use the smaller one on this one. And then I'm going to add this right here. Now you could quit at that. Let me show you the two different cards. Or you could add a bow at the top, and you can see with these, look how different they look just because you have that double-sided designer series paper. I think these are so pretty. You can add a gold bow at the top and just dress it up a little bit more. But let me show you what I did on the inside of this one. Before I cut my postage stamp, I took a scrap piece of the designer series paper and put it across my basic white. Let me give you an idea. I'm going to use the envelope for this, but if this was it, I just laid it down and I adhered it to that piece of basic white. And then I took my postage stamp die, which was this one, and I laid it so that when I die cut it, I also die cut an edge with the designer series paper. So that's a way to add a little bit of a strip or a little bit of extra color to the inside of your card. Okay, so let me bring you back to me. Oh, one more thing, our envelope. We always want to have a dressed up envelope. So I do have a piece of matching paper. I'm going to use the solid green side for this. And I'm just going to take, and I have some ink on this flap, so it's a good thing I'm covering it up, huh? I must have laid it down on the lid. So just going to add a little bit of designer series paper and take it right up to the fold line of that flap. And then I'll trim it around so that you'll have two cards when you use the circle dies. Whichever ones you use, you will have two cards that you'll be able to make for the holidays. So let's trim this off. And we are done. Okay. So here is the envelope for this card. And here's the envelope for this one. So let me bring you back to me. I hope you enjoyed today's card. It's an easy one to do, a paper folded Christmas tree card. If you did enjoy it, please consider giving me a thumbs up. It helps me grow my channel. Feel free to share the video. I had so much fun with you these last 12 weeks with our 12 weeks of Christmas. This will be the last of the Christmas cards that you'll see from me this year. I'm going to start bringing out some of the new products that are going to debut on January 7th that will be available for purchase and show you some sneak peeks over the next couple weeks. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and well, and I look forward to seeing you Monday evening at 7 o'clock. Bye, everybody.